were best friends, and I would have never expected a future without him. I mean, I never thought that I would meet someone so quickly.
I never can replace him.
I just hope she knows the difference between filling a void and what's real.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about Amanda. Amanda opened up to us about how she lost her husband of 8 years to a surprise diagnosis of cancer.
Maybe 8 months after his first time going in, Jason was diagnosed with stage 4 terminal ampullary cancer.
He seemed to know something was wrong, and he had to kind of push the doctors into figuring it out. And once they did, the doctor told them that he would be lucky to live 3 months with chemotherapy.
He just looked at me, but he didn't cry or anything. But I feel like even in that moment, he was trying to be strong.
This is getting so sad.
And it wasn't, I think, even a month before he passed away.
And only 10 days after his diagnosis, and he was gone.
And now, only a mere months after his passing, she has found somebody new.
Rosman is 26 years old. He lives in Bucharest, Romania.
Hull overheating. Hull overheating.
Razvan is a 26-year-old triple threat from Romania. They met while on a TikTok live. They were playing some sort of game, and she sent him a little emoji, I guess, and they ended up talking from there.
I sent him a rose, which is worth less than $1.
Don't worry. We got a good deal.
Later in that day, he sent me a private message.
She said she wasn't looking for love and obviously wasn't even sure if she would be able to love again after losing her husband, but this kind of blindsided her. I can't help but have some questions about it, especially being so soon.
I'm not sus, you're sus.
So while on the phone with Razvan, the topic of what his role would be in her kid's life and how he would possibly deal being the other adult in the house with 2 children.
Well, I love kids. I feel like we would play together.
And I personally think he gave a very reasonable answer. I don't think she did, but I can understand where she's coming from. He said, at first he said he felt like he would just play with them a lot. And she was like, well, it's more than that. You have to take care of them and all that. And he said, yes, but I don't want to overstep because I'm not their dad. And I will never be their dad. I would just like to be their friend.
I never can replace him, but I want them to see me like a friend.
Which I think is super reasonable. And of course there's boundaries, but that is very reasonable in my opinion, because he's right. He will never be their dad, and if he tried to act too much like a dad, that could really push them away.
It's not my dad. My dad's Bob Barker.
Especially considering the fact that these kids are not over the loss of their dad. Not that you can really ever get over that type of loss, but they still seem to be pretty actively in grief, from my opinion, because she was tucking them into bed and they asked for daddy to sleep in the room, and so she brings his ashes, and then they're on the car to the airport and they have the dad's ashes right there between both kids.
Poor kid.
So I'm like, that just tells me these kids are definitely not ready for a father figure in their life right now. Even her sister expresses concern on if this is really love or if she is filling a void.
I just hope she knows the difference between filling a void and what's real.
Now, Raz's friend also expresses some concern and points out that he was married before.
I was married before 3 years ago. I proposed my ex-wife after 1 month, and we got divorced after 6 months.
Not good. That is not good.
So it is definitely a red flag that this is another relationship that he seems to be moving very quickly with.
Red flag, Miss.
So after a tearful goodbye with her family at the airport, she heads off to Romania.
I am on my way to meet my boyfriend Razvan for the first time.
But when she touches down there, she seems to be backtracking a little bit because when she sees him, at first she seems excited. And they hug, and she actually initiates a kiss. But as soon as she kisses him, it seems like reality has dawned on her. That she is in a strange country kissing a man that is not her husband, and it's like, what have I done?
She's more amazing in person. It feels amazing. It feels like I can't believe.
Oh, why did I do this?
You can just see it all over her body language. She just gets really stiff and awkward, and he's wanting to be very like kissy and lovey and huggy, and she's kind of accepting it, but she's just not very into it right now.
Remove yourself from my personal space.
And she said she's realizing it's going to take her a little bit more time to feel more comfortable with having a more physical bond with him.
So I just hope Razvan is patient with me and understands that I need to take things slowly.
And even for one of his kisses, once he gets out, once they get outside, she kind of gets onto him a little bit for a certain reason.
Don't put your tongue in my mouth.
So she was saying before she left for Romania that she didn't really want the kids to know that this was a relationship, really, that this was like a boyfriend. But when they were in the car on the way there, her son mentioned about would she be sleeping in his bed.
Are you gonna sleep in his husband's bed if it's nighttime?
And then when they got back to Raz's apartment, her kids FaceTime her, and he again is asking, oh, where's the bedroom?
Listen, mommy's gonna sleep on the couch and Razvan's gonna sleep in his bed.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
You know, he's wanting to see the bedroom. So it just goes to show that, like, kids aren't as dumb as a lot of people think. They pay attention, especially to their caregivers, you know, to their moms, their dads. You know, they really pay attention and they know when something is different. But the fact is, she's been talking to this man and she lets them talk to him on the phone over FaceTime, which I don't totally agree with. I understand why she did, but at the same time, I think that's kind of confusing for them, even though she's like, oh, it's just mommy's friend. The fact that he's asking about the bedroom and he knows that mommy and daddy slept in a bed together. He knows something different is going on. And people just don't give kids enough credit, in my opinion, when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Chris, you big baby genius, you.
And at his apartment, she continues to be uncomfortable with him, and she even starts getting a little snippy. She gets annoyed because all of his products are on the sink and she has no room for her stuff.
Oh, look, I got my brush here. It's all up, but there's no room.
I will make some. I will do some
Yeah, why
space.
didn't you do before I arrived?
I want to fight you.
And I'll give him some bonus points. He handles it like a champ, and he says he gets where she's coming from. This is the first time she's going to be spending with another man, any other man than her husband. So yeah, she's going to be a little irritable or nervous.
I need to be patient with her a little bit.
Now she says she's not going to sleep with him.
Razvan and I 100% will not have sex tonight.
Sure.
But I don't know. we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see till next episode. And you know, why don't you guys put in the comments, do you think she's gonna sleep with him or not? So you know, I don't think she is. I think she may be tempted, but she just seems super uncomfortable right now, and I really hope he doesn't push it. He says he's gonna be patient with her, so I don't think it's gonna happen tonight, maybe tomorrow, but I don't think it's gonna happen their first night. But you guys let me know in the comments what you think. Anyway, guys, that is all I have for this video. I hope you liked it. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.